Hey everybody, again. Okay, uh, just gonna cut to the chase. I want to read something, so how about some bad video games creepypasta? So that's fun. Oh, Jesus, almost fell asleep there. Wow. Oh God. Okay, so this one is called Super Mario 64. That's the shittiest fucking name. Here we go. Read in light or dark mode. What does that even mean? Oh, Jesus. No. No, no, no. Dark. Okay, I mean, sure, because this just makes it print friendly. Not that I'm gonna print it, but you know. I always liked Super Mario 64 when I was a kid. I remember playing it at my aunt's house all the time. Well, one day a pop-up appeared out of nowhere as I was watching gameplay footage on on YouTube. Was he watching Dark Side Phil? Did Dark Side Phil ever play Super Mario 64? Probably not. But he's gonna claim it did. Anyways, I was watching gameplay footage on YouTube. I was a little startled and was about to close the window until I realized that it was a website showing off a mint condition copy of Super Mario 64 for sale. There was a picture and everything. I usually don't trust. Sorry about that. I'm like multitasking and shit. I usually don't trust these things. But the feeling of nostalgia overpowered me, and I wanted to buy it. Yeah, so do it. Fucking buy it. God. Of course, this is like a million pages, but yeah, I'm just gonna go until it's over and comment, and nobody's gonna like this, and I'm gonna hate myself, and it'll be fun. Oh my God, I'm still a bit intoxicated, so you know, fuck it. The whole business was peculiar, seeing as how the owner of the game wanted the buyer to send an envelope containing $10 to an address on the site, instead of using something like PayPal. Yeah, because PayPal's fucking susceptible to being hacked and shit. If you just send money in an envelope, that's like, you know, it can't be traced, except maybe it can if you put in tracking with your when you post it. Whereas PayPal, it's like, oh shit, that's, you know, there's a record of it. Whereas, you know, with this envelope shit, it's like, oh, I didn't get any money. Can you send it again? That reminds me of bad times. Let's just move on. What made things even more strange was that when I tried to gain access to the website, parentheses, I wrote down the URL, end parentheses, after encountering problems with the game, the page was nowhere to be found. Wow. Fucking cliche much. Damn. You got a game, and then when you went to look for the guy who sold you the game, he was gone. Damn. A few days after the $10 was mailed, I got a package containing the new copy of the game. The first thing I noticed when I opened the small box was that the official sticker with Mario flying in the air was apparently peeled off or something. Didn't you say that this was a fucking mint condition thing? Also, this is also cliche, super cliche. In its place was a piece of duct tape with Mario crudely written on it in permanent marker. I felt a little ripped off, but as long as the game worked, I didn't care. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, let me just go up here and quote, until I realized that it was a website showing off a mint condition copy of Super Mario 64 for sale. That was the reason that you went to the site. But no, as long as the game works, fine, whatever. Fuck. God. I got out my Nintendo 64 and put the cartridge in. The screen turned on with the familiar Mario face that you could stretch and twist aimlessly. I'm just going to guess that he's gonna like stretch it and then it's like gonna bleed and it's gonna be hyper realistic, and I'm not reading ahead or anything. I remembered laughing all the time at the results as a kid and decided to mess around for old time's sake. I moved the cursor over to Mario's ear and pulled it to elven proportions. I was going to do the same to the other ear when the TV suddenly produced loud static. Oh no. Mamma mia. Mario's whole head started deforming and twisting in ways that I didn't even know were possible for the model. Random sound effects from the game started playing along with the static. As all this was occurring, I could hear a faint voice whispering in Japanese. Daisuki desu. Watashi wa desu keiki. The voice was stammering and whimpering. What? How the fuck do you whimper in Japanese? I mean, I watched anime, but what? Okay. I immediately shut off the game and tried again. I didn't bother with the Mario head this time, just selected a new file and started playing. But when I selected the file, the game skipped the opening monologue by Peach and the courtyard outside. Mario was just placed right inside the castle. Creepier still, Bowser didn't say anything either. I tried to ignore it and played anyway. However, I also noticed that there was no music, just dead silence. There weren't even any toads around to talk to. The only door I could enter was the Bob-omb battlefield. Yeah, that makes sense. You're supposed to go there. The other doors wouldn't even respond to my button commands. Newsflash, dumbass. You don't use buttons to open doors in Super Mario 64. You fucking fake-ass gamer. Did you even play the game? Fucking feeling of nostalgia, my ass. The portrait to Bob-omb battlefield wasn't the usual picture. It was just a stark white canvas. I was still trying to convince myself that these were just minor glitches and that they wouldn't affect the gameplay at all. Once I entered the portrait, the image suddenly went from a blank canvas to the leafy lava land painting. You know, that slightly unsettling image of the flame with the evil smile. Yeah, that's when I started getting really suspicious. Oh wow, really? Holy shit, you're getting suspicious that a game that's like out forever fucking changed pictures. You know what would be really suspicious is if the game pulled something out that wasn't in its original assets. But if it's pulling something from, you know, within the game's actual data. Now I don't know how Mario 64 is programmed. I know a bit about game design obviously, but you know. Yeah. It's like, remember with the Ben Drowned creepypasta? The thing that like killed it was that the author released a video where apparently he warped into like an Ocarina of Time map, and that's nowhere to be found in the Majora's Mask data, and it was so obvious that it just like switched games, and that's not supposed to happen because that's clearly a fucking shit. Moving on. The mission select menu came up, and yet another weird detail was present. Instead of Big Bob-omb on the summit, the mission was called Turn Back. I have no idea what to press A, but I did. Well, honestly, you can't get out of the mission select menu, I think. I don't think you can. I think the only way to get out of the mission select menu is to actually select the mission and start. So what you would have to do was select the mission and then press start and then exit level and, you know, shit. Or, you know, you could just like jizz on your N64 to cause it to stop. I'm gonna have to cut that. The mission was called Turn Back. I have no idea what drove me to press A, but I did. The levels seemed normal. Everything was how I remembered it. I thought I could finally enjoy my favorite childhood game. But then I saw him. Luigi. I was absolutely shocked. He was never in this game. His model wasn't even a Mario palette swap. He looked like a completely original model. Okay, bullshit. Foggy, bullshit. Again, going back to assets within a game. Which, yeah, I just said that, oh, maybe it would be surprising if the game used assets that was not in the original game. Which, clearly doing here, but you can't do that, though. You can't. Luigi just stood there until I tried to approach him. He started running at unexpected speeds. I followed suit and went through the level. Strange things happened as I pursued him. Each time I picked up a coin, the enemies and music would get slower, and the scenery would look darker in color and more morbid. Okay. It kept gradually getting worse until I collected a 5th coin. Then the music just stopped. The enemies laid down on the ground like they were dead. I was seriously freaked out, but I kept chasing Luigi. I went up the hill. No cannonballs rolled down, trying to knock me over. I really wasn't surprised at this point. Luigi was always just out of my sight as I ran. What is this Luigi stuff? God. Yeah, Luigi. Luigi's so freaking scary. God, look at scary Luigi. Yeah, that's terrifying. Now I lost my place in the text. Once I reached the summit, I saw yet another object out of place. A small cottage was all that was seen on the top of the hill. Luigi was nowhere to be found. The cottage was certainly odd looking for a Mario game. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take it back. I mean, I guess this could be a ROM hack. In which case you can put in new assets. I think. But even then, I haven't seen any ROM hacks that put in like entirely new enemy models or, you know, 3D model stuff. It's probably possible, but yeah. Mint condition Mario 64. It was old, plain, and broken down. Regardless of my fears at that moment, I had Mario enter the cottage. As soon as the door closed, a disturbing picture of a hanged Luigi popped up along with a very frightening scare chord. Do you mean like, yeah. It sounded like a violin screech accompanied by loud piano banging. Oh yay, the fucking scary piano from Mario 64. This is CreepyPasta material. But it's not CreepyPasta material because it's already in the game. Fuck it. Mario fell to his knees and sobbed for roughly 5 minutes. Then the screen irised out. Huh? 5 minutes. Oh god. You know, if I was playing this and Mario just sat there for like 5 minutes sobbing, I would turn the game off. I would fucking break it with a hammer. I wouldn't like sit there and like, oh, I wonder what's gonna happen next. I'm fucking stupid. God. Duh. My nostalgia, guys. I returned to the castle. Mario just slumped out of the painting. The image switched from the little lava land portrait to the image of Luigi hanging himself. The room was different this time. It was now a small hallway. Toads with blank expressions and white robes lined the sides of the hallway. There was another painting at the opposite end that just completely and utterly scared me. It was a picture of my family. It wasn't even a photo from the time Super Mario 64 was really... Shut the fuck up. It was a very, very recent photo. I remember posing for it last weekend. Oh no. No. Stop. I reached for the on-off switch on the N64. There was no way I was going to play this anymore. No way in hell, sister. However, when I flipped the switch, the game was still on. Okay, so now your N64 is malfunctioning. I don't think that has anything to do with the game. I flipped it back and forth to no avail. I tried unplugging the whole system, but it never left the screen. Oh wow, so now your TV's fucking malfunctioning or some shit. I don't know. I was even still able to control Mario. Oh wow, so you had like a Nintendo 64 wireless controller. Cool. I couldn't just leave it on forever, so I kept playing. No, I think you actually could leave it on forever. Or, you know, you could like throw out the TV and like burn down the house and find a new house and then, you know, live with yourself and your sins. I went to the photo of my family and jumped in. Only one mission was available, of course. This one was called Run, Don't Walk. I selected the mission. Let's go. Fucking hell, he really put it. Let's go. Let's go. I don't even know. The level started in a flooded hallway with platforms floating on the water. Mario landed on one of these, and the camera turned to show what was behind. A silent black void was slowly approaching Mario. It didn't look like anything. How long have I been recording? Jesus Christ, 15 minutes. Levels. It didn't even look like finished graphics. Okay, so you're playing Bubsy 3D. Just a giant blocky black blob. What would a platformer be without platforms? Duh. I started jumping from platform to platform with no goal in sight. I kept running, the darkness slowly but surely gaining speed. This kept going on for what felt like hours. I was really doubting there would ever be an end. Mario was just going in circles. What the hell, guys? Finally, the black blob slash void slash thing caught up with Mario and enveloped him in darkness. He didn't scream or resist at all. It just consumed him. Consume. Sorry, I am mildly intoxicated. So, yeah, don't mind me doing dumb voices. Mario Mario fell out of the painting and back into the castle. I lost one of my 3 lives. The room was different now. Some of the toads were gone and the painting looked different. My family and I were in the same positions, but our bodies were partially decomposed. It looked too real to be Photoshopped. Dude, have you seen what Photoshop can do? You can make some really realistic stuff with that. It looked more like someone just took our dead bodies and posted them. What? Huh? I mean, I know it's a fucking creepypasta, but what? Like, this is worse than the fucking creepypasta I wrote about goddamn Wii Sports. God damn. No, I don't have that creepypasta anymore. I did not post it anywhere. It was just a hobby or side thing that I wrote on whenever I was bored. It was bad. Regardless, I jumped into the painting again. Mario was in a small room. There was still only one mission available. It was called I'm Right Here. Spelled just like that. But in quotations, it's actually spelled like correctly, so I don't know what the fuck they mean. Like, hold on. Oh wait, no, I can't show this. But it's spelled correctly though. There's just a period at the end. But I'm pretty sure that Mario 64. Let's see, Mario 60. That's gonna field trip. Mission names. Courses. Huh. Okay. No, never mind. Give props. I guess they didn't use periods in their mission names. I selected the mission and prepared for the worst. Mario landed in a small, dark room. There, no visible way out. I think you forgot was. The room was empty except for a piano in the corner. Oh shit. Oh shit. Shit, dude. Dude. God. Oh man. Fucking scary piano, Mario 64. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The room was empty except for a piano in the corner. I knew what that meant. I was stuck in there with the mad piano. I approached it and it started chasing me as always. There was no way to damage it, so I had no choice but to let Mario take damage. When he lost all his health, the usual death... How long is this? Oh god, okay, it's almost over. The usual death animation didn't happen. Mario just got mauled by the piano. He fell as his blood and guts spilled on... I doubt the N64 could render good blood and guts. He fell as his blood and guts spilled on the floor, and the camera panned to a top-down view of his corpse. A distorted version of the merry-go-round music from Big Boo's Haunt played as screen slowly transitioned from in-game shot to photorealistic sketch of Mario's dead body in the same view as the shot. It was very unsettling. I was crying softly as I gazed upon the image. I lost another life. Yeah, well, shit, you're fucking crying at video games. The photo of my family was shown again. We were even more rotten than before. The view zoomed into painting, like I was warping again. I was greeted with shot of Peach's castle from outside. The castle was crumbling in ruin. The fields were on fire. The sky was pitch black. And Bowser's laugh played on loop in background as children mockingly chanted, "You couldn't save her." Bowser's laugh played on a loop in the background as children mockingly chanted, "You couldn't save her." This went on for a long time until a close-up of Peach's face, accompanied by an extremely loud screech, interrupted the loop without notice. Peach's mouth was wide open as if she was screaming, and her eyes were empty black holes. That sounds like my art. Suddenly, I was back in the hallway as Mario was once again ejected out of the painting. Now all of the toads were gone, and me and my family looked positively repulsive. Maggots were wriggling around in holes in our flesh. Guts were spilling out of our bodies, and my dad's eyeball was hanging loose from its socket. It was too much to bear, but something still urged me to trudge on. I jumped into the painting with only one life. I'm gonna read this normally now. With only one life remaining. This time, there was no name for the mission, just a blank space where the title would be. I selected the mission and Mario landed on a very small island in the middle of the ocean. There was a solitary sign. It only read dive. I did just as it said and entered the water. Oh, great shit. This guy knows what he's writing about. He knows. People don't like water levels. Yeah. The ocean was dark and empty. There were no fish. I wasn't even able to see anything in the water besides Mario. I swam downwards and I kept going for quite some time. Yet Mario never ran out of breath. I counted roughly 10 minutes of swimming until I decided to go back up. Just as I turned Mario around, it came! Jesus Christ, that is disgusting, dude. Don't bring your, sex fantasies into CreepyPasta. Oh no, there's more text. A huge, and I mean huge, unagi again, god damn. I don't know what you call your dick, but don't bring it into CreepyPasta. A huge unagi de eel came out of nowhere and swallowed Mario whole. I was dumbfounded. It went by so fast, I wasn't even sure what I saw. The game over screen didn't show up. All that happened was a fade out. The photo of my family and I was shown again. We were playing skeletons. We were playing skeletons now. Once again, it looked very real. I couldn't move the camera at all. It just stayed focused on the picture. I shut off the game and turned it on again. I chose my file, but it just went to the skeleton photo of my family. I tried this about 3 more times before giving up. I desperately wanted to stop, but some force kept me from walking away. I decided to select the only other saved file. The camera once again focused on the skeleton picture, but this time they were in a different position, as they were a different family. Okay, that's the end of this shit. Can I just say, bit of a plot hole. So obviously nothing bad happened to the owner of the cartridge. 'Cause he's still alive. Nothing happened to him. It was just weird stuff. Is that trying to be psychological horror? Oh, he's gonna commit suicide. I mean, if I had to guess, he got the cartridge from the previous owner, who now couldn't play it because it was stuck on a photo of that guy's family. All in all, this CreepyPasta has all the cliches, except that, you know, nothing bad happened to a guy in real life. But otherwise, it's like, oh, okay, so it's bloody and it's my family somehow, and the game is using assets that should be impossible to generate. So, you know what would be fucking funny though? If someone made like a Game Boy, what was it called? The Game Boy Pocket Camera, or it's just the Game Boy Camera creepypasta, because then you could actually have like, oh, it was picture of my family, but it was bad family. It was really bad. 25 minutes. Wow, that's like half an hour. I need to edit some stuff out too, because my mom came in. Okay, then. Thanks for listening. If you listened, I'm gonna fuck off. Bye.